Hello everyone, welcome to Boost Your Basic series. Our today's topic is the Pharmacy Act 1948. I will be teaching this topic in two parts, so let's start with part 1 today. The Pharmacy Act 1948. So before independence, there were no rules or regulations that can govern the profession of pharmacy or the practice of pharmacy. Okay? एक फार्मासिस्ट होने के लिए जो एजुकेशनल बैकग्राउंड चाहिए या फिर एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशंस चाहिए वो भी प्रॉपर्ली मेंशन नहीं थे. ओके, एंड वी नो दैट the health of the patient or the safety of the patient is very important for us, right? So the drug enquiry committee recommended that there should be a proper educational background for being an pharmacist. Okay, and also the health survey and development committee suggested or recommended that there should be certain kinds of regulations, rules that can govern the profession or practice of pharmacy. Okay, and that gave rise to this Pharmacy Act 1948. Okay, this act came into force in March 1948, and the first central council, that is PCI, Pharmacy Council of India, was constituted in 1949. Okay, अब हम देखते हैं मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव इस एक्ट का क्या था. ओके, सो द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव टू रेगुलेट द प्रोफेशन and the practice of pharmacy. Okay, to regulate and to raise the status of profession of pharmacy in India. Then the act provides for the constitution of Pharmacy Council of India, that is PCI. Okay, that is central council. Okay, it provides us with educational standards and regulations. Okay, all the educational requirements for being a pharmacist, okay, are provided. It also provides for the constitution of state pharmacy council. Okay, जैसे central council है, that is PCI, we also are having state pharmacy council. Okay, that provides us with registration of pharmacists and regulating the professional activities. Okay, so these were the main objectives of the act. Now we will see certain definitions. So central council, that is the Pharmacy Council of India, PCI. Central register, okay, register of pharmacists maintained by the central council. Registered pharmacist, a person whose name for time being is entered in the register of pharmacists of the state in which he is for the time being residing or carrying on his profession or business of pharmacy. Okay, this person is called as registered pharmacist. Then University Grants Commission, UGC, it means the University Grants Commission established under Section 4 of the University Grants Commission Act 1956. Okay, so these are certain definitions that you have to know. Now we will see the Constitution of Central Council. Okay, so Constitution of Central Council में three types के members होते हैं: elected members, nominated members, and ex officio members. Okay, now we will see each one in detail. So elected members में there should be 6 members among whom there shall be at least one teacher of each subject. Okay, वो subject कौन से हैं? Pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacy, pharmacology, and pharmacognosy. Okay, elected by the University Grants Commission, that is UGC. Okay, from among the persons on the teaching staff, okay, of an Indian university or college affiliated thereto, which grants a degree or diploma in pharmacy. Okay, next है one member elected by the members of Medical Council of India amongst themselves. Okay, and one member from each state. Okay, हर एक state से there should be a member which is elected by the members of each state council. Okay, among themselves shall be a registered pharmacist. Okay, this is in the state. And if it is a union territory, then according to Pharmacy Amendment Act 1976, okay, one member nominated by the government of each union territory. Okay, वहां पर nomination होगा, union territory में election नहीं होगा. Okay, so these were the elected members. Now we will see the nominated members. Okay, 6 members nominated by the central government, of whom at least 4 shall be possessing degree or diploma in pharmacy and practicing pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry. Okay, so these are the conditions. Then a representative of UGC and a representative of All India Council of Technical Education. okay, and one member from each state nominated by the central government, okay, shall be a registered pharmacist. Now the ex officio members, okay, ex officio यानी जो भी इस पोजीशन पर होगा, ओके, जो भी मेंबर या जो भी पर्सन इस पोजीशन पर होगा वो इस पर्टिकुलर काउंसिल का मेंबर बन जाएगा, ओके, दैट इज द पर्सन हु इज द डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ हेल्थ सर्विसेज will be the member of the central council, then drug controller of India and the director of the central drug laboratory, okay. This is the frequent asked question. Now we will see the functions of Pharmacy Council of India, okay. So first one, to prescribe the minimum standard of education required for the qualification as a pharmacist, okay. Pharmacist बनने के लिए जो educational background चाहिए या qualifications चाहिए, ओके, वो सभी रिक्वायरमेंट्स इसमें प्रिस्क्राइब होते हैं. टू रेगुलेट द मिनिमम एजुकेशनल स्टैंडर्ड, ओके, टू रेगुलेट, देन to recognize the qualifications granted outside the territories to which the Pharmacy Act 1948 extends for the purpose of qualifying for registration under the said act, okay. अगर कोई पर्सन बाहर से फार्मेसी की स्टडी करके आया है तो वो जिस यूनिवर्सिटी से या जो इंस्टीट्यूशन से आया है, ओके, जिस इंस्टीट्यूशन से आया है, अगर वो इंस्टीट्यूशन is meeting all the requirements which are under the Pharmacy Act 1948, okay, then that person is eligible, okay, for qualifying as a registered pharmacist under this act. Then to compile and maintain a central register for pharmacists, okay, containing names of all the person for time being, okay, which are entered in the state register. Then the president and vice president of the central council, so they are elected by the members of the council amongst themselves, okay. जो काउंसिल के मेंबर है उसमें से ही वो प्रेसिडेंट एंड वाइस प्रेसिडेंट इलेक्ट करते हैं. They hold office for a term not exceeding 5 years, okay, not exceeding 5 years and not extending beyond the expiry of his term as a member of council, okay. So मैं एक आपको एग्जांपल देती हूँ, okay, एक पर्सन है as a member of council, he is in the council for around 5 years, okay. उसका जो टर्म होता है वो 5 years होता है, okay. So if a person is elected or nominated, okay, in 2000, so he will be there for 5 years, that is around 2005, right. So अगर 2000 में एक काउंसिल फॉर्म हुआ है, okay, हमारा काउंसिल फॉर्म हुआ है, so up to 5 years, that means up to 2005 that council, the term of the council will be there, right. Then if a person, okay, becomes president in 2002, okay, the person who has joined or who has been in the council since 2000, okay, और वो 2002 में अगर president बनता है, okay, तो president का भी जो term है वो भी 5 years ही होता है, okay, 5 साल ही होता है. So ये जो person बना है president in 2002 now has only 3 years, right. So he has only 3 years up to 2005, okay, for being an president, okay. But if that particular person is re-elected or re-nominated as a member of council, okay, then he can continue the remaining 2 years of a president, okay. So he can continue the remaining 2 years, okay. That's the meaning of this particular sentence, okay. Then central council may also appoint a registrar, okay, who may act as a secretary and if deemed expedient act as a treasurer of the council, okay, and appoint such other officers and servants as considered necessary to enable it to carry out its functions, okay. So this is the function of central council, and there are many more powers for the central council, okay, like laying down the rules for its procedures, then fixed rate of allowances for the members of the council, okay, then deciding the modes of election, okay, meetings, fixed functions, okay. So all these are the powers of the central council. Then the term of office and casual vacancies, okay. So nominated or elected member shall hold office for a term of 5 years from the date of nomination or election, okay. So nomination or elected member जो है, okay, can hold the office for around 5 years, okay, for a term of 5 years. A nominated or elected member may resign his membership at any time by writing to the president. Okay, and seat of such member will remain vacant. Then nominated or elected member should have to vacate his seat if he is absent without excuse sufficient in the opinion of Central Council for 3 consecutive meetings of the council. Okay, and the casual vacancies, okay, which are generated okay from these cases, fresh will be filled by fresh nomination or election depending upon the case. Okay, and the person so elected or nominated, okay, can hold the office only for a remainder time. Okay, for the term for which the member whose place he takes. Okay, then the members of Central Council can be eligible for renomination and re-election as well. Now the Executive Committee Act provides constitution of Executive Committee by the Central Council. Okay, so ex officio members, it consists of ex officio members. Okay, and president who shall be the chairman of committee and the vice president. And second, 5 other members elected by the Central Council from among its members. Okay, so this is an executive committee. Then we'll see the education regulations. Okay, subject to the provision of section 10 of Pharmacy Act 1948, Central Council, after approval of by the central government, okay, makes the regulations, okay, which are required for being a pharmacist. Okay, so we will see these educational regulations in detail. So minimum qualification for admission to the course of pharmacy. Okay, so this is prescribed. Then nature and period of course of study. Then nature and period of practical training to be undertaken after the completion of regular course. Okay, regular course होने के बाद जो practical training लेनी है, okay, which should be not less than 75 hours, which is covered in minimum of 3 months. Okay, वो practical training should not be less than 75 hours and should be at least around 3 months. Okay, in an institution or hospital or pharmacy or any dispensary recognized by the central government. Then the subjects of examination and the standard attained therein. Then the equipment and facilities, okay, which are provided by the institution for the students undergoing the approved course of study. Then conditions to be fulfilled by institutions giving the practical training, okay, and the conditions to be fulfilled by the authorities holding the approved examinations. Okay, so these all are coming under the education regulations. The approval by institution or authorities providing courses of study and examination. Okay, जो institution या फिर जो authority इस फार्मेसी का कोर्स या फिर स्टडी और एग्जामिनेशन कंडक्ट कर रहा है, okay, has to apply to the central council. Okay, after application, this central council will appoint inspectors. Okay, those inspectors will inspect this institution or authority. Okay, वो check करेगा कि सभी जो facilities है या proper है कि नहीं. Okay, all the specifications, all the requirements are proper or not. Okay, he will check all these things, the inspectors. Okay, after inspection, those inspectors will report to the central council. Okay, then central council फिर से check करेगा. Okay, if they are satisfied, then they will approve that particular institution or authority. Okay, and after approval, they will then declare it in their meetings, okay, central council meetings, and then they will publish them in the official gazette. Okay, then withdrawal of approval. अगर सेंट्रल काउंसिल को लगता है कि वो जो इंस्टीट्यूशन है या अथॉरिटी है, ओके, वो रिक्वायरमेंट्स मीट नहीं कर रही है अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस एक्ट, ओके, देन ही हैज द पावर, okay, central council has the power of withdrawal of approval. Okay, then again they are giving chance to institution or authority, okay, to represent themselves within 3 months. Okay, और अगर after 3 months अगर वो institution में या authority में उसमें जो कुछ भी specifications meet नहीं कर रहे थे, okay, after 3 months if they are meeting those specifications and if the central council is satisfied, they can again approve that particular institution or authority. Okay, एंड ये हमने अब पिछले स्लाइड्स में पढ़ा था कि क्वालिफिकेशंस ग्रांटेड आउटसाइड द टेरिटरीज टू विच द एक्ट एक्सटेंड्स। ओके, अगर कोई पर्सन बाहर से फार्मेसी की स्टडी करके आया है, ओके, एंड दैट पर्टिकुलर इंस्टीट्यूशन के जिस इंस्टीट्यूशन से वो आया है, वो अगर सारे रिक्वायरमेंट्स, ओके, आर if that particular institution is meeting all the requirements under this pharmacy act, then that particular person is eligible, okay, to register as a pharmacist under this act. Okay, so these are the main headings which are coming under the pharmacy act. Okay, next part में हम state pharmacy councils, state joint pharmacy council, okay, वो पढ़ेंगे. So that's it for today. Thank you.